Hello everybody, this is Chaos with Chaos Esports Productions, bringing you game number 2 of this best of 3 series. This is the semi-finals to the Eternal Dreamers in-house tournament. Let's go ahead and introduce our players here on Yonsu. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner in the turquoise trunks, it is going to be Eternal Dreamers Whiteout. And spawning in the lower left-hand corner with a very convincing hold to that proxy Stargate in the last game, it is going to be Eternal Dreamers Reprieve. So, definitely have been seeing lots and lots and lots of cheese out of this Whiteout character. I don't think I've yet to cast a game without some type of weird cheese. So, we will have to see if he continues on his rampant rampage of cheesiness. So yeah. So double, when in doubt, double Reaper into eBay. Huh. Go figure. So Yonsu is a very interesting map. Obviously you got this cool little divider from snow to happy summery looking kind of feel. But very similar to a lot of typical ladder maps. The only difference to that this one compares to others is obviously you've got these destructible rocks in your natural, which is kind of similar to the way that super proxy. This has got to be a proxy blink or a proxy DT. That's my call. Okay, we're just gonna leave it out there. We got double. Yeah. So, yeah, it's very similar to the way, what was that map? Shoot. I don't remember the name of it. Anyways, obviously you've got your natural. Now you do not have really kind of a ramp coming up to your natural. You've got this kind of flat spot, which definitely makes holding this off a little bit more of an issue, but you've also got these destructible rocks kind of here at your side. So you got kind of two places that you have to defend, but obviously this one you don't really have to defend until, you know, that's turned into something. Now, Reprieve is going to come in here and pretty much see that there's only one pylon.
Add-on.
And as a function of that is going to be like, okay, so what's going on? Where's the proxy? I know it's somewhere. The question of the day is where? So it is over in the upper left-hand corner, so he's definitely already... Okay, so Twilight Council is down, so we're half the way there. All we need left is the Dark Shrine, and then that will be it. Now, Reprieve is just like, where the heck is it? I don't know where it is. There's something proxied. I know it. I think it'd be really, really funny to see like a proxy factory. That would be really funny. Reaper's going to be doing lots of scouting. Definitely going to have a lot more visibility. He's kind of scouting in all the wrong places. I guess he was... Most of the time when you have a proxy anything, it's going to be more like a proxy robo or a proxy... kind of a proxy this, that, or whatever. Okay, this guy is... Ooh, that's the money scout right there. So we do see Blink being researched. Reprieve is going to see that, and he's like, I found you! So, unfortunately, the Stalker is going to come in here and maybe pick off a Marine or two. But overall... actually, now that I think about it, these Reapers might be super annoying. He might be able to take out this pylon in time. Obviously, this Reaper is... Okay, so he's going for the Twilight Council as opposed to the... Okay, there we go. Now he's going for the pylon. Mothership Core is going to come over and try and take out these... I don't think they're going to get there in time, actually. Yep. So... Reapers are now going to get out of here just fine. Now he does see the probe going to rebuild the pylon, so he definitely knows that Blink is on its way, and now just needs to make sure that he is up for it. Now, obviously, Blink's going to be significantly delayed. It's got about 60 seconds left, so definitely got a little bit of time in that. Obviously, he should be chrono boosting that in order to get a halfway decent amount of time to build units. But I would think that at this point, yes, we have tanks on the way. So tanks are definitely going to be a very, very nice little addition to his army composition. Definitely significantly aid in the process of helping out. Okay, so he's not going to quite be able to stop Blink the second time, unfortunately. But obviously, taking out the pylon will be quite nice in that it... Okay, so he's not going to quite get the pylon. Oh, and actually the Reapers might get out. Or not. So, a whole bunch of Stalkers now being warped in. Pretty much, Reprieve is like, well, he's all in once, he's all in yet again. I'm just gonna chill out. Sit in my own base, turtle up, do my thing. And he's basically gonna force Whiteout to need to expand. So yeah, a couple SCVs going to get pulled off the line. Now, we do only have 8 workers here on the mineral patches, which is a little bit disconcerting. And actually, we do have a starport out on the way, so that's definitely going to be very nice. I would love to see some Cloak Banshee action, just as a function of he's not going to have anything back at home to defend. And it looks like there is going to be a big blink up into the main. Some nice tank shots getting off. A couple of these Stalkers going to get taken out fairly effortlessly. Obviously, he's going to need to reposition some of these tanks, but I don't think there's really much that Whiteout's going to be able to do. I mean, with 3 tanks out on the field, as long as they're sieged up in a well enough fashion, I think he's going to... Reprieve's more or less going to be able to do whatever the heck he wants. He is looking for an angle, though, to probably come into the back here. Now, obviously, these Stalkers are probably going to blink up here. He just barely doesn't see, so he... Okay.
Ready for dust off.
Okay, so he sees everything that's going on. It'd be really nice if he had stim right now, which I don't think he does. So... Whiteout's just, yeah, he's just sitting back. We do have a Dark Shrine going down, which I think is a very interesting choice. Ooh, Mothership Core getting taken out. That's definitely going to pose to be a little bit of a problem. Now, he doesn't quite see the probe that's sitting just inside of the main base. So, definitely tank getting off a nice little shot there. Just barely doesn't see that probe. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. As long as Reprieve realizes that he's going for DTs, I think he's going to be okay. Just need to make sure he gets that money scan. That where was that scan? Okay, so he scanned the natural, and as far okay, so he does see, yeah, he sees the DCs coming in. Pretty much just going to be able to take that out. Takes out one. So obviously we got another one, but there are plenty of scans left over. Just one more scan. Should more or less deal with those. So yeah, so DTs didn't really get any damage done, which is a little bit unfortunate because that's a very, very big investment. You got the 300 resources for the Dark Shrine itself, and then obviously the handful of, let's see, I think it's like 250 resources for the each DT, so a significant amount of resources spent up in there. And it looks like Reprieve's just going to be moving down. Obviously, these Stalkers are going to come in and see how much damage they can do, but with that blink forward, it's going to be very, very difficult for him to pull out. And actually, he needs to be very, very careful not to lose this command center, because that's kind of his big edge. A move into a lot of those Stalkers, and actually lost a fair number of Marines for 3. Random Marauder kill? What? He just was like, wow, mute this Marauder. Some very, very big tank shots, and these TTs needs to realize that there's gonna be a DT.
SCV ready.
He sees the DT at the natural.
SCV ready.
Don't want to pot shot off on your buddy. And now with these tanks out of position, wow, Whiteout's been doing a very, very good job of separating his army. Okay, Reprieve, please repair your command center. Please. I beg of you, prepare. Please? Okay, there we go. I was gonna say. A lot of these stalkers actually potentially gonna get picked off. Wow. Whiteout's just playing very, very sloppy. He's lost a lot of units just for free. Just a matter of... I mean, yes, he's had very, very good blink micro in the last couple games, but, I mean, there's only so much blinking you can do to be cost-effective. Obviously, once you start losing that stock count, it's kind of that law of diminishing returns. Very good time warp, definitely going to prevent much going on. So this tank is going to get into... Actually, he's giving him a really, really good position to set up for some nice tank shots. Now, unfortunately, actually, with the tank living for as long as it did a fair amount of damage, and actually the medevacs will live to see another day. So yeah, so it's official that we've kind of moved into the mid-game, very late mid-game, but things are starting to round out as far as kind of army composition. We do have the Robo down for our Protoss player, and it does look like Whiteout's going to be putting on a little bit of aggression, looking to try and end this as quickly as possible. Obviously, he definitely needs to come back from his previous game. And knows that he's in a little bit of trouble. And actually, if he loses all of these units, it's going to be very, very difficult for him to come back. Actually, with all these SCVs being pulled, I think he's just going to say, you know, I've dealt with enough, and enough is enough. I'm just going to march across the field and take you out. And you're not going to be able to do anything about it. Now, Whiteout is floating a significant amount of money, so he basically has limited himself to only his 4 warpins that he has. And if Reprieve were to realize this, he definitely would be able to capitalize on it. I mean, 800 floating, when you're floating 1,000 to 800 minerals, it's very, very difficult. I know, I find it really difficult when you just outright lose because you don't have enough production. But it does look like a third base is on the way for Whiteout. Now, Reprieve hasn't really started looking toward getting a third because he's been so focused on defending his natural, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and try and put on a little bit of pressure. Now, the one thing that Reprieve hasn't done, I don't think he has scanned the main. Or, no, he has. So he has a good idea. First of all, he should realize that there's this, you know, Artosis pylon just chilling out here. So he's actually going to come in here. I'm not sure I agree with this this positioning. I would have loved to have seen him go for more of a more of over here. Just that way he could have taken out the pylon and pretty much omitted any type of warp into things. And Gateway's going to get taken out. And actually, the robotics facility might get taken out, which is actually a big hit because that means no Colossus production. And with this warp prism out here, I don't know what's going to happen. Now, a lot of these units are getting taken out, and there's really not much that Whiteout can do. I mean, obviously the natural is now going to be at risk. A lot of these probes are going to get taken out very, very easily. And there's really just nothing he can do. Basically, this is all boils down to his limitation on production. Had he had the extra production up rather than going for this third base, he would have been in a significantly different position than he is currently. So he does have double upgrades going where his opponent does not. I believe if we look at the upgrade, well, actually I stand corrected. We have +1/+1 already done for a junior player. And with the natural coming out and moving on to the third, he's actually just going to get that just in time right before the cannon's finished, so he's definitely going to have a hard time holding off this third base as well. Obviously, we've got some halfway decent blink action going on over here, and with the second round, warp-ins, things should be good, but the main is being ravaged for all that it's worth, and I would say that this is most likely going to be GG fairly shortly. He doesn't even realize what's going on in this main. So, that is game number 2, and Reprieve is going to be moving on to our final.